Madden NFL 16. Okay, wow. What an intro for Madden 16. You know, I will say this game is actually fairly nostalgic for me. And not because it was my first Madden or anything, where I feel like most people are, where like, oh yeah, like my first Madden, whatever it happens to be, that's the best Madden, because you remember it like it's the best because everything's new to you. Every single feature is a new feature. You're just getting into it. And this is not that for me. I don't remember Madden 16 franchise mode being incredible or anything. However, Madden 16 is where my channel really started to gain a little bit of exposure. I had created this new channel at the tail end of Madden 15. I had uploaded a couple of videos, but mainly it was a Madden 16 thing where I first started to get some type of upload consistency with these sports videos, and it really kind of ended up catapulting me into what is now a YouTube content creating career. The Giants seem to be good at this time. I'm a big Giants fan, as you know. Odell was my favorite player for the Giants by a lot. Things were going great. The Giants were not so great, but they were on the rise. They would win 11 games in the 2016 season, even though this is 2015 for Madden 16, but things were looking good. And then things quickly spiraled out of control and went very, very bad. But even though this wasn't my first channel or anything, my first channel was in late 2000. Uploaded my first video in 2008. It was a like mini sports center type thing at the time. And then that was kind of like just randomly uploading to YouTube. And then in the early 2010s, I had started uploading Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, and that eventually went into, you know, Black Ops 2 and stuff like that. But yeah, I really just got my start on YouTube, my real start playing Modern Warfare 2, but that channel eventually fizzled out. I had other interests, and if not for breaking my nose my junior year of high school playing baseball, I got hit in the face with a pitch, and kind of not being able to play sports anymore, let's give YouTube another shot, and the rest, I guess, is history. If not for getting hit in the face with probably a low 80s fastball, I would not be making YouTube videos today. Maybe. Well, I guess we'll never know. But I used to play Ultimate Team as well at this time. The servers are down, so I actually won't be able to access any of these. But I remember I did have some fun cards for sure. I know Odell had a great card in this game. Joey Porter, for some reason, I remember Bo Jackson. And we can actually continue playing here. Is this going to be my... We can't access it. It's dead. Oh. Okay, Larry. Well, I don't remember this very much at all.
Let's get started.
But as you guys may know, if you've seen the videos on the channel recently, I'm kind of doing like a Madden history type series where I'm going back and rebuilding the worst team on every Madden. It didn't start like that, but the reception on these videos has been great, so I've continued to do them, and they're actually kind of fun. So what we'll do is look for the worst rated team on the game. As you can see here, I'm a Giants fan. Obviously have some bias towards the Giants in some way, at least in terms of wanting to see them. 99 overall for Olivier Vernon. He signed a big free agent deal to become a Giant. Odell, JPP. This team would fall apart very quickly. Malik Jackson is a 99 overall at this time, but these are very high rated players and teams. This is before they kind of made the big shift and big change to completely overhaul overalls. And I think it's better now to have guys lower in general because it makes the bigger guys stand out. But the lowest overall team we've seen so far is this Rams team at an 85. And we have a new winner, New Orleans Saints at 84. Drew Brees, Teron Armstead, Cam Jordan. This team pretty much stayed together. Look how much younger J.J. Watt looks. That's crazy. Bears are an 85, but so far Saints are the leader. The Browns are an 83. Isn't that wild that the difference between the Browns and a team like the Saints is 1 overall point? Now, the Saints were not great in 2015. Only won 7 games. Keep in mind, 2015 goes along with Madden 16. It goes up a year. But the Browns went 3-13. And I think that's going to... Oh, and the Colts, too, are an 83. Pat McAfee's up top there. Jack Mewhort is a player I completely forgot about. Vontae Davis, Sean Lee when he was healthy. And the 49ers are a 79? That's the lowest overall by a bunch. Jeez. The 2015 49ers and head coach Jim Tomsula, completely forgot about him, won only 5 games. And I guess that will be the team we rebuild, along with Texas legend Phil Dawson, Hook'em Horns, also Arch Manning. Texas commit. Hoping for good things. You guys know I'm a big Texas Longhorns fan. And got to watch Eli Manning with the Giants, obviously, for a while. You know, Peyton Manning with the Colts, Broncos. But Arch Manning up next. Texas is back, hopefully. And we're back to 5 wins. Listen, 2021 was an anomaly. Texas will be improved over these next few years. Even if it's not in 2022, you know, back to maybe fighting for a playoff spot. In 2023 and beyond, I have high expectations. But let's go ahead and hop into it. No more lollygagging. We'll take over as the head coach of the 49ers. I think I'm going to go for the trade package discount. I think this is what I did at the time all the time. And I think it's a really, really strong perk because you can make trades that otherwise you couldn't. And it really worked in this game to my memory, to my recollection. And you know, I'm done with Larry Ridley already. But it's funny to me because back then, I didn't even do face cam videos. I go back, I'm trying to figure out where to put my face cam. And I don't even have a frame of reference because I was only non-face cam at this time. So it would actually be super nice to be able to go back to my 49ers franchise that I did on this game with legends like Dante Buchanan in my 49ers series. But as you can see, we've got some interesting players on the trade block here. And I do remember some of these guys, but these are, I mean, like, not great players. I think we have, this is a quiz for me because it's been a while. I'm going to say Jay Howard, Brandon Coleman. This is a tough, I don't remember his first name. It's not Michael Huff, Hook'em Horns. That's not who that is. I wanted to say Mark Weston, maybe. David Bass was a center. Or was that Donald? I'm gonna say David Bass anyway, and James Stone. Let's see here. We have Jay Howard. We have Brandon Coleman. I got Mark Weston Huff right. No way. We have David Bass, and we have James Stone. The fact that I went 5 for 5 on that, unbelievable to me. But it feels good. Anyway, let's check out the team. It's nice that we have this screen again because this was something that was not in the recent games we played, but we can see everything clear. We got Joe Staley, Zane Beadles, Daniel Kilgore, Joshua Garnett. Is that who this is? Why do I feel like that doesn't look like him? Was he back end of the first round guy, or was he early second round? I think he was back end of the first. Yeah, round 1, pick 28, and I'm looking at him now. I'm going to show you guys in a second. This is not what he looks like. Who is this? This is Joshua Garnett. That's just not who is, and you can see him here at Stanford. This is just not who's pictured. There's no way around it. That's just not who that is. No way. Honestly, I do think that the bottom is going to be a better spot here. We can always change it around, but that's just not who that is. I don't believe. I still kind of cover up stuff here. Maybe top left. We'll be bouncing around maybe. But the offensive line, not great. Like, Garnett is going to be able to develop better than he did in real life. He's a 25-year-old rookie. That kind of doesn't happen very often anymore, that a 25-year-old will go round 1. I know Garrett Bowles. There are some exceptions, but that's pretty. Calvin Ridley was real old, but I don't think he was 25. Eric Pierce, I believe. Trent Brown is only a 63 overall at this time. Of course, would end up developing into being one of the best right tackles in the NFL, but probably not going to be viable here. Vance McDonald. Is this former Oklahoma quarterback Blake Bell? It is. Of course, converted tight end. I think he's been on the Chiefs most recently. This is John Hamm from Mad Men. Torrey Smith, Jerome Simpson, Bruce Ellington, I forgot about. Quentin Patton. DeAndrew White. Don't think I was going to come up with that. Here we have Colin Kaepernick, back when he was actually decent. 27 years old, 80 overall. There's something here that we can work with. The accuracy overall is not great, especially deep at a 62. I kind of don't like that I'm covering up the face, but I don't feel like there's a good spot. Try that out. Yeah, it's not incredible overall. Blaine Gabbert is here as well. Might have to look to getting a QB. Ooh, we have Carlos Hyde, Sean Drawn, Mike Davis, South Carolina legend, Bruce Miller's the fullback, Garrett Selleck in there as a tight end. It's not a great offense. And then defensively, we have Aaron Lynch, Navarro Bowman, This is just after Patrick Willis retired. I believe we have Gerald Hodges for sure. Michael Wilhoit, 28 years old already. Shane Scove was actually, some people really liked him coming out of Stanford, but he was never really any good. Corey Lemonier. Ahmad Brooks is kind of old at this point, 31, not rated very highly. We have Howard legend and Giants legend, Antoine Bethea. Somebody's like, he's not a Giant legend. You're missing the point. Jaquaski Tart would be very young here. Rookie out of Samford. He could develop pretty nicely. Will Redmond? Eric Reed, Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward should be fairly young here as well. The only second-year player out of Northern Illinois. We have Tremaine Brock. Dante Johnson? It is Dante Johnson. I don't know if I could just come up with these names without actually seeing the guy, but it's helpful to be able to see that, and also to see the first initial, because then that kind of like sparks the memory a little bit. We had DeForest Buckner before he was traded. He would end up being very, very good. Might end up moving him to defensive tackle. He's not an outside like edge rusher. Tank Carradine as well, not a great pick. Eric Armstead, you guys know, ends up being pretty good. Glenn Dorsey, draft bust, I think you could say. Just never was that great. And we have Ian Williams, Quentin Dial, and don't think I skipped Tony Gerard Eddy. He is interesting that he's starting. So here's what I think we need to do. Move Buckner and Armstead inside. Trade Ian Williams and Tony Gerard Eddy and Glenn Dorsey if we can. Pick up edge rushers. I'll trade Tank Carradine. I'm going to try to trade everything I can. We're starting from scratch. Now, kind of a long-winded intro, I won't lie to you. However, I think that the background is important. We didn't even talk about Phil Dawson. Hook 'em horns. And then Sean Powell. I think we actually signed him in another rebuild I did somehow. But we really need to hit the reset button here. Like, certain guys we're going to want to keep around. Like, obviously. And even Aaron Lynch, like, he never really ended up being that great, but he's only 22 now. Torrey Smith is only 26 here. And we do have some young players on this team, but guys like Joe Staley, as good as he is, I think it's probably going to be a good move to trade Joe Staley, but there's only yellow interest at best. What if I got Khalil Mack? Do the Raiders have interest? Please tell me they do. Dude, anyone who watched these videos knows I love Khalil Mack. Used to trade for him in like every video. Now he's a 99 overall. That's not what I want. But it's going to be difficult to get him. Let's watch Hulu, who sent me a message, says, love the channel, bro. But I'm not going to be fooled. This is not a Hulu ad. Classic big media trying to get to me any way they can. Now, I would trade Ian Williams because they don't want him. Do you want Tony Gerard Eddy? Well, that's just a mistake. It's funny how our projected draft pick is number 30 when we're awful, but we don't really seem to have any interest in a lot of these players, at least not from the Raiders. But they do need some of those positions. I think I'm going to hold on to Navarro Bowman. Joe Staley's great, but I think he's going to regress, so I do want to try and move him. I don't think I'm going to be making that many trades, though. Antoine Bethea is going to have no interest. Like, I'll try to trade Tank Carradine. Like, these guys just won't have interest from teams, I don't believe. It's only Joe Staley that has any interest from anybody. And I'm not even sure what I can get in return for him. I don't think much. Definitely don't want to trade Eric Reed. Too young, too good. He was such a beast early on in his career, too. I'm just surprised that Ian Williams has no interest from any team. It feels like he would have interest, but I guess 83 overall is not that high at the time. And I don't really want to trade any of my picks because I think we're going to be really, really bad. So I think we just might be stuck with Joe. Oh, okay, never mind. Joe Staley and a 4th-round pick gets me a 1st-rounder from Philadelphia, which I think is a pretty fair trade, to be honest. And we just have to deconstruct this roster a little bit. And now, I mean, I might see if I can just trade, I don't know, like one of these quarterbacks. I don't think they're going to have any value. It's probably going to be Blaine Garrett. No, that's not his name. Blaine Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert and Antoine Bethea. If I can package them for anything, I will be happy about it. It's just not going to happen. But that's okay. We traded really, I guess, the only trade piece we have. Navarro Bowman, yes, but I'm going to hold on to him a little while longer. And we'll simulate to the midseason mark and see where we are from there. Ooh, didn't have scouting on auto. Maybe we're 0-8, by the way. It's not great. And I haven't been using any of my scouting points. So you guys will remember this scouting pretty well. Oh, they used real pictures at this time as well. Of course, it's like combination of faces, like stitched together. But these are not predetermined at this point. So unlike Madden 25 and Madden 15, yeah, Madden 25, Madden 15, these are not classes that have existed before. They're randomly generated for everyone, and I mean, we're gonna look at like every single position really, and it does tell you what their talent is. So you can see he's a mid-first rounder. This was too easy back in the day, surely, because all you have to do to know who are the best players in the class, as consistency is a top grade. I don't know if I've ever seen that. It'll literally tell you how good they are. Mid-first rounder. He's middle of the first round. That's 10 to 22, I think, by their rankings. But I think our team is in a scenario, in a situation, I should say, where we're just looking for the best players possible at any position for the most part. Probably not going to end up considering defensive tackle too much, but an early first-round D tackle is somewhat intriguing because we could run a 3-4 setup, but I still need edge rushers badly. Is there really no auto scouting thing? Is that a joke? Still have not got our first win. We are 0-10. Not ideal. Have not spent my coach XP yet, but that's something I could do. Now, I like the look of Le'Veon Doolittle. I'm just concerned that his last name Doolittle, it's like I want him to do a lot on the field. But I'm worried that he's not going to be that versatile. That's such a bad joke, but it makes me laugh knowing that a lot of you are going to hate it. That's my like small joy. I could have sworn I did the trade thing. Why does my coach not have Master Trade Negotiator? I would have figured that they would start with that, but I guess not. 0-11 Niners against the 1-10 Bears. The toilet bowl here in week 13, and we are 0-12. So I'm not sure if they added more, but certainly it's a lot of the same faces. Like this is just the combination of John Beeson that we talked about in like one of the last videos. Let me pull it up. So that's kind of a younger shot of John Beeson, which is when this picture would have been from. So it just is, but I don't know. It's hard to know what the combo is, right? But we've seen that before. Edge rusher class is bad, and I want to say with offensive linemen in this game, all it was is just who's the strongest. Okay, that's probably the best one. So combine's gonna tell a lot. Man, great running back class. Oh, finally a decent one. Okay, so you guys are gonna be shocked by this, but going 0-15-1. We did not make the playoffs as Steve Smith Sr. retires. Yeah, I'm actually shocked we didn't go winless. I mean, we did go winless, but we didn't lose every game. And the numbers are bad. Colin Kaepernick, 2,700 yards, 12 touchdowns to 25 interceptions. Even if it were flipped to 25 touchdowns to 12 picks, still would not be good. Rushing, they just kept giving the ball to Carlos Hyde. This is the whole deal where it's like, you can't just look at yards and say that guy's good, because 3.7 yards per carry is about a yard shy of where the elite backs are per carry. However, 1,100, nearly 1,200 yards looks good at a surface value, but he's getting a lot of attempts. Wasn't that good. Receiving, it was kind of a disaster. Nobody over 1,000 yards. Torrey Smith was fairly close, though. It's kind of a good number to see, but again, doesn't mean all that much. Jerome Simpson had 6 times as many touchdowns as Torrey Smith, but he also only had 6 touchdowns. Defensively, we had 3 guys with 100-plus tackles. Usually not good, because that means your defense is on the field all the time. DeForest Buckner had 15 tackles for loss. Ian Williams with 12. Quarterback sacks, 7 for Aaron Lynch led the way. Did not have many interceptions. It was a really, really bad team. But as you can see, like I didn't want to part with my first-round pick because I knew we might be pretty bad, and we were. Now, I've made a lot of negotiations trying to bring back Alex Boone. He was a 49er for a little while, for a long time, actually, and then ended up signing with Minnesota, I believe, and then maybe bounce around at the end of his career. But he's still good now. So I'm making an offer to him. I've made an offer for Justin Blackman as well. I feel like just building the worst locker room ever. So I'm bringing in Justin Blackman, Josh Gordon, Will Hill, Johnny Football. Yeah, it's going to be rough. However, I'm not really offering a ton. This is Mississippi State's Chris Jones. Is a good player. I don't know how much I want to give some of these guys. Texas legend Jermichael Finley, Hook'em Horns, Arch Manning again. Big deal today when that broke out. So I made a lot of offers. Our cap room is in a pretty bad spot overall. Might not even end up landing Alex Boone, but that's okay. I just wanted to throw out some feelers and just kind of see where we are. See if we can kind of rebuild the team with the best young players in free agency. Of course, the draft is going to be big. I do want to make some trades, however difficult that might end up being. But I think we're in a pretty good spot overall, despite not winning a game. This is good, because we're building up from the ground level, and we're only going to get better. That's the good thing about not winning a game, is you can't actually do worse. In our case, though, with one tie, I guess it is possible to do worse. Although I hope that does not happen. A 6'4", 230-pound receiver that ran 4.32. Vertical jump at nearly 44 inches. I'm looking at Calvin Johnson. Nearly. Pretty good looking tight end here in Rashard Griffin out of Pitt. Ran 4.57. Near the top of the tight end list in everything except for bench press, and he was top 5 still. Good top 3 skills as well. Devin Myrick looks like he's going to be a really good left guard. 6'5", 341. Not the fastest, but is quite strong. Good pass block. Maybe even give him a try at tight end. Nope, that's not true. He's not Laquan McGowan. You guys remember from Baylor, the 400-pound tight end? Give him a try at left tackle. That's what I wanted to say. All right, we got Jermichael Finley and Akeem Ayers. Akeem Ayers, I thought, was a pretty good acquisition. We can still draft a tight end. I brought in Jermichael Finley on a short deal. He's 29 anyway. Just good to have somebody that's good out there. And then Akeem Ayers, I'm pretty excited about. He does fit the scheme pretty well. 86 power moves, 87 block shed. Can definitely play outside linebacker for us. Only 27 years old, which, I mean, it's fine. And he can move either to left outside linebacker, or I could move Aaron Lynch. But still in the 4-3, I am interested in just moving Buckner and Armstead to D-tackle. And then Ayers and Lynch would move down. And then I think that's actually what I probably will do. But I'm not sure yet, because I think a 3-4 could still work pretty well. It kind of depends what's available in the draft, too. There are a lot of variables. Cardinals outbidding us on Johnny Football. Yeah, that's fine, actually. They can have him. Do I need both Josh Gordon and Justin Blackman? It feels like I could bring the money down. I guess no one else is interested anymore. So I don't see why I couldn't just bring that down and try to get a steal. Graham Patrick all of a sudden is an early second rounder. Did that change? I don't think that was the case. Also, these corners are kind of slow. Don't really love 4-5. Ty Earl Mason. That is quite a name, Ty Earl. I wanted to say Tyrell forever. Not quite Tyler. It's Ty Earl. And with this class, I'm thinking that trading down probably would not be the worst idea. Okay, so this is where we are. Pretty excited about it, to be honest. Didn't get Will Hill. Fine with that. Got Tremaine Johnson, Justin Blackman, Josh Gordon, Alex Boone, Jordan Mills declined, and we also got Chris Jones, which is good depth. He was too cheap and too good, in my opinion, with potential. And then next up on the schedule is the draft. The corners are interesting. I just wish we had a little bit of a better group of athletes, I would say. Like, there are definitely good players here, no question. But I'm just not really sure yet, because this is my first draft back on this game. Not really sure yet who is actually worth drafting. So we do have the number 1 overall pick and the number 6 overall pick. So that trade we made to send Joe Staley away was very, very, very good. But now it's all about deciding who we actually want to take. I do want Graham Patrick, but I'm not going to take him at number 1, obviously, or even number 2. It seems like he's not worth the pick. But the player to me looks good. And then it's also about deciding what quarterback we want, if any. There are 2 that are pretty good. Corey Hickman from Georgia and Tyrell Mason from Ohio State. Pass rushers look not good. I mean, again, there's some players that look okay. I'm not really stoked about the class in general. Couldn't really find that many early first-round guys, to be honest. I did like Dustin Cosby as well. Antoine Boykin, probably my favorite of these linebackers, but he's a late first-round talent. I didn't even remember Tarkeen Patrick. He looks quite good. Fast and strong and a pass rusher. He's probably my favorite, to be honest, of the entire class. And there are some decent corners. Safeties are terrible. Running back's okay, but I'm not going to prioritize that. It's really the tight end, a quarterback, a corner, and Tarkeen Patrick or Antoine Boykin. So I will trade down. All right, trade accepted. Back then, you could do this, and you could actually get good value for the number 1 overall pick. So I'm trading number 1 to the Bears for number 2, a second rounder, number 34, and a first rounder next year. And if you remember the Mitch Trubisky trade, the Bears, they're willing to give up a lot. And I might want Khalil Mack from the Raiders. Khalil Mack's going to be hard to get. He is. I'm not sure what picks I'd actually be willing to give up. So the best corner is going to be Dwayne Reeves. He's not as fast as I would want, but that is going to be the best corner. Adrian Sheed, probably not too far behind, but mid-first round compared to a early first-round guy. It's going to be different. He's going to be better. Has to be. Now, don't know about development trait, and I don't even know how much that featured in this game. I'm sure there was something to do with it, but I think I am going to trade this pick back and focus on next year where maybe the draft will be better. Raiders actually want to do a trade. A first and a second this year and a first next year. That's exactly what I would ask for, so I will take that. There's a left tackle. Now, if I want a guy, I am going to have to take him earlier than I think probably, and that's going to be Dwayne Reeves. I might try and trade back to the 4th pick. A lot of trading down. And the Saints are offering me a first this year and next year, and a second-round pick next year, which I wouldn't mind, but I do kind of prefer a little bit more ammunition in this year's draft to move up, and I can always trade down for a pick next year. So I'm going to change that to a second this year. And then other than that, I think we're going to be good to go. So they didn't want to do that straight up. I'll give you a 6 and a 7 to throw in. I would go as high as 2 5s. I can't make the exact trade that I want to make, so I guess I will just settle for a second rounder next year, which is fine. It's not bad. Make that happen, and they don't want to accept what they offered me. I'll just go back to where they offered it and accept it there. Joke's on them. And that trade is accepted. Now, if they traded up for the corner, I'm going to be a little bit upset. They take the receiver. We weren't going to draft him. As much as it would have been fun, I'm going to take Dwayne Reeves at this spot. Penn State corner. 5'11", only 21 years old. I don't really know what makes him better than Adrian Sheed, but they're telling me the true talent. One is a mid-first round guy, and one is an early first-round guy. They both went to Penn State. This one's a year younger. I'm going to take him. Dwayne Reeves, welcome to the team. 78 overall. He's ranked number 32 in true talent. I drafted him at number 4. Is that a glitch? Or have I been bamboozled? There goes another corner. Now I'm thinking I've been bamboozled. Does anyone have 2 first-round picks in this draft? Not that I can tell. I don't know. I'm a bit perplexed here. All right, making a trade. Trading back from number 6. I'm trading a 3rd this year and next year for a 1st this year and next year from the Giants. We're getting number 10. And my idea is to take the corner at that spot. Now, he might not be available, in which case we'll change course, which I would be okay with. And he goes at number 8, which, again, I'm fine with. And we're just going to change course and take a quarterback at this spot. Now, of the 2, it's clear that Corey Hickman is probably the better passing QB with the A+ throw power, B throw accuracy mid. And then Ty Earl Mason is the more mobile athletic guy. His type is mobile. He's faster. He's very agile. Throw power is okay, and he's good short. Not so great down the field, you'd have to expect. Just which one do I prefer? And I think I prefer the worse athlete, better thrower in Corey Hickman. He is a year older. He's also not that bad of an athlete. I think I'm going to go with Corey Hickman. 80 overall, ranked number 18. We took him at number 10. Throw power is 97. Short accuracy 84, medium 83, deep 73 with speed 77. Not so bad. But that 97 throw power, I feel like will be tough to beat. So CJ Marsh looks pretty good. Corner out of Bama. He is 23, but ran 4.46 with good top 3 skills. I don't necessarily need another corner, which is why I was okay with losing the other one. But there are some good players down the board here. So I will want to get back into the first round. I pick a lot at the top of the second. 1, 2, 3. But I don't want to miss out on some of these guys. Antoine Boykin, I'm probably okay if I miss him. But I like the player. So maybe I want to get back up. There goes Ty Earl Mason, the next pick to the Ravens. It's another corner. There goes Marsh at 15. We talked about him. All right, trading a first-round pick. It's the Saints' first-rounder next year. 2 5s to move up to 19. And at number 19, I'm just going to make sure, and I might move up again, by the way. I was very careful with what pick I traded. I really wanted to keep the Giants pick just because it's not being valued that high. And I wanted to keep my pick. I wanted to keep the Bears pick. The Saints I could see being good, though, and I wanted to move one of them. And I like Antoine Boykin. He's fast. He can play off ball. So this is an inside linebacker if I want him to be, or an outside linebacker if I stick in a 4-3. And I think he's going to be good. He is an 87 overall and worth every bit of what we traded to get him. Ranked number 1 in the class. We drafted him at 19. He's got 86 speed. Power moves and finesse moves, as you can see, not great. Power moves is nice, at least. 69. But coverage, fine. I don't know where the 87 overall is coming from. Just seems to be good. 88 tackle, 87 pursuit. I mean, that was worth it to move up, for sure. There goes the Cosby Show next. So maybe I can't trust the true talent at all. I want Rashard Griffin. I'm not sure if he's going to make it to the second round. And I want, the biggest one I want now is Tarquin Patrick. I think I'll call him Tarquin. He looks really, really, really good. So I want to draft that player. The question is, will he be available in the second round? And I don't know. Cowboys take a quarterback. There's another quarterback to the Jets this time. There's a pretty good looking tackle. I thought about tackle in this class. Haven't pulled the trigger yet. Probably won't. Maybe Zach Stevenson. I'm just basing it off combine grade. Bernie Dukes I have watched, but I only know his top skill, which is pass blocking, which is quite good. And there is some good value down the board, I think, with some of these tackles, although I don't know if I'm going to draft any of them. Griffin is 11 spots down. Patrick is 15 spots down. I just don't know if they're going to last. There goes a tight end at 27. Wasn't going to trade up to that spot to get him, so I'm fine with that. For the Lions pick, though, I think I should trade up for the outside linebacker just so I don't get burned again. Tight end I wanted, right? But it wasn't a major need or anything, so that's why I'm okay with not moving up. And then I'll try to trade up for this pick. Do I have a third round pick to trade? Maybe a 2, a 4, and a 5 to move up. We're not moving up very far, and that trade's accepted. There's the running back that looked okay, Rayshon Jackson, but I am going to take the guy I've been talking about, Tarquin Patrick out of Tennessee, only 21 years old. A little bit undersized for a true edge, but is fast, is strong. Top 3 skills look great. He is an 81 overall, ranked number 13. We take him at 29. But a start of 87 speed, 90 acceleration, which you can see, thankfully. 88 power moves, 89 tackle, 84 pursuit. Coverage really isn't that bad. I think that's a great pickup. Okay, so I don't think we still have those 3 picks. I just traded one of them, right? Maybe I didn't. What did I trade to move up? I'm not sure. Maybe it just hasn't registered yet. I definitely could have moved up for the tight end. It's not that big of a need, but we definitely could have. I mean, should I take Patrick Mitchell here? I think tackle's a big enough need where this makes sense. 83 overall, number 4 in the draft, 94 strength, 86 run block, 82 pass block, and 83 impact block. It's pretty good. Russell Reedy's kind of standing out to me as well. Linebacker's not a huge need for us anymore. I mean, we could. It's not a huge need. Roy Jones Jr. can't be touched. Did I just take a shot on Bernie Dukes here? I think I will. We didn't get Alex Boone. Or did we? We did. We still have Zane Beatles, Daniel Kilgore, Joshua Garnett is 26 now. We just saw right tackle. Will Beattie's still here. I still could take a tackle. Still don't know how I'm going to organize the defense, but I'll figure that out. We have a lot of like short-term deals where even though it seems like these guys are here, they're not going to be here long-term. I wish there was a good safety to draft, but I didn't really like the look of any of them. I honestly think that trading these 2 second-round picks for a safety wouldn't be the worst idea. LaMichael Lucas doesn't look awful. Doesn't look great, though. O'Neal Hunt looks pretty good, just slow at 4.57 speed, but the top 3 skills look pretty good. Deron Barr's interesting. Matt Silva also somewhat interesting. You know, it's interesting that J.D. Parker's type is pass blocker when we don't even see pass block. It's B plus run block, B plus impact block. He could be pretty good. Maybe I just go full offensive line here. Is that too crazy? I'm going to take J.D. Parker and ignore the guard. Parker's a 73. He's ranked at number 80. I don't know how his type is pass blocker with 72 pass block, but I'm not sure how his overall so low. Good strength, great run block, great impact block. Pass block is just real low. Developmental guy. I'll trade the other second. Oh, no, this is the one I traded. Yeah, to the Lions. Okay, it just didn't register. I was a little confused. So rookie signings. I'm interested to see what this is going to look like. We already know the overall of our draft picks, and I think we did really well overall. However, the overalls have changed significantly, and that must be based on the scheme, surely. Because Patrick Mitchell's an 80, Patrick's an 81, Tarkeen Patrick. Antoine Boykin was an 87, is now a 78. Corey Hickman's an 80. Dwayne Reeves is 78. And we still, at this point in time, cannot sort by the whole league. Have to look at each individual draft class. CJ Marsh was a 78, and the running back was an 80. Can we not just see attributes here? I have to scroll over. Oh, that's disgusting. Random running back, Justin Ponder was an 80-something. And we got an 83 overall fullback, but that doesn't really matter a ton, as you guys will know. Bernie Dukes was a 75. Thought about drafting him. Adrian Sheed was a 78. Elijah Parks, I believe I looked at, was a 78. Antoine Bryan, they're giving an 84. I think I looked at him. But again, I think a lot of this is being impacted by scheme fit. So these overalls are all subject to change. Ty Earl Mason is an 80. Devin Myrick is an 82. Looked at him. EJ Deal, 4th round QB, is an 82. Saints got Graham Patrick, who's a 76. Rashard Griffin's a 78. But I don't really know how good he actually is. Titans, no, not really anybody. Did all right. I mean, we did the best of any team in the draft, like, easily. But that's to be expected. Yeah, it's definitely still a schemes thing. So I'll change that to make it fit. And I don't really know what defense I want to rock with yet. I think we're going to be better in a 3-4, to be honest. So I'll make a move in that direction. So I have reorganized some things. Zane Beadle is going to start at center. The positions and whatever has been changed. Or the scheme fit, I should say. And Corey Hickman, shockingly, did not go up in overall. But there are some changes on defense. We're a 4-3. Although I did change to a 3-4, but I've changed some positions around, as you can see. Listen, here's what we're going to do. I cannot change his first name. I'm going to call him Taco. It's easier. That's going to be Taco Patrick. And he's an 88 overall now. So I think that's a pretty good fit as a speed rusher off the edge. He's got 87 speed, 88 power moves, 89 tackle. This is a rookie. He's a better pick, even more so than Boykin, who is up to an 87 overall as a prototype right outside linebacker. Very good player. Navarro Bowman. Akeem Ayers is still a good fit at outside linebacker. We're an attacking 4-3 defense. So his combo of being able to play good coverage, 77 zone coverage, and get after the quarterback with 86 power moves should play. So I like that. Navarro Bowman we know about. Aaron Lynch is a 99 overall left end as a speed rusher. Now, how is that possible? I don't know. But that's his overall. Unbelievable. But he is a 99 overall. Buckner's going to be an 88. Armstead's at an 85. And we have just good depth at defensive tackle. Of course, you know we can't trade a lot of these guys. But the secondary is really where we're lacking. Jaquaski Tart will start at strong safety. Jaquaski start, am I right? All right. I'll see you at the midseason mark. Hopefully we're doing better than our 0-15 start last year where we tied, I think, in week 16 or 17. Sergio Jose that's a name. Sergio Jose. That's a franchise guy, probably. I'm not even, Cole Beasley? I wonder if this guy's anti-vax too. Probably knows better than doctors. He is a football player after all. I like the look of these running backs. I do a lot. Just kind of depends on how athletic they are. But this seems to be a really good running back class. Ooh, Mike Hilliard looks fairly special. He's a bowling ball, 5'9", 220, but A+ juke move. This is going to be a year where we draft a running back. And if you didn't remember, I have 4 first-round picks. Also, yeah, we're at the midseason mark. What is our record? 0-8. Why? Why are we 0-8? Patriots are 7-0, so we're not scoring. We're allowing the most points in the league and not scoring. Okay. I don't really get why we're so bad. But we still have our number 1 overall pick is what it will end up being probably. So we'll still get the best player in the draft and probably still be able to trade down and get a lot more picks as well, which we can turn into players, which might end up being what we have to do in order to find success here. It's a brutal start. I mean, if you think about where this team is, we went 0-15-1 in year 1. We started this season 0-8. Not good. Marcus Gordon, supposedly an early first-round talent. But I don't know what to believe anymore. But that'd be pretty good value in the second round. Maybe he's a great athlete. Oh, Texas? Tay Patrick, 6'7", 240. Nope, 264. And he's bad. Ooh, Antoine Austin, Texas, tight end. He's reasonably good. Another Texas tight end. He's also reasonably good. Oh, we're set up. So the cornerback class looks really good. And we are potentially in need of another corner. So I am fairly happy about that. But again, I think trading for some of these guys is going to be a good idea. AC Cooper, I like quite a bit. I would prefer someone a little bit younger, maybe just because they can develop a little bit faster. But I still want a good athlete at the end of the day. I don't really think we can go super wrong with this class. Just a talented group of corners, to be honest. We are 0-13. Sim Engine is something else in this game, huh? Eric Reed is someone I definitely want to extend. I give him 11.2 over 4. I think that's completely reasonable. I might have even extended that further as well, given him more years. But he is back. I can't really believe that we're 0-13. I don't really understand that or like it. You know, I will say one of the biggest annoyances thus far is I really can't even point to a big flaw within the team. Like, I do think we are pretty talented. And our defense especially looks pretty good to me. Like, our front seven is borderline elite. Like, corners could use a little bit of work. Safeties probably as well. At least Shaquaski Tart before he develops. But I guess, I mean, you need 90s across the board to even win a game? I guess. I don't know. So I presume no playoffs. We went 2-14. Would eventually win some games, thankfully. But, I mean, what's even the point if you're going to be as terrible as we were? Corey Hickman had a bit of a rough rookie year. To be expected. He's a rookie quarterback. Carlos Hyde was borderline. Nah, he was awful, I'll say it. Josh Gordon, I think you'll take that. I think our receivers were fairly fine. I'm looking to upgrade on Torrey Smith, though. And then, hold on. Do we allow a lot of sacks? I'm curious. I don't think an unreasonable amount, to be honest. I really don't. And then defensively, Antoine Boykin with a heck of a rookie year, at least in terms of racking up tackles. I think you'll take that. Tackles for loss. It seems like we didn't really get much of a pass rush going. 9.5 sacks for rookie. I'm just going to call him Tarquin. I know I was going to say Taco. I'm over it. 9.5 sacks. That's a good rookie year. Aaron Lynch was horrible for what is supposedly a 99 overall. He was so bad. Our offense was 30th in the league, and our defense was 29th. Not good. Russell Wilson, another MVP for him. Defensive Player of the Year is Michael Kendricks, and then Eric Kendricks right behind him. It's kind of fun, but we did not have any representation. I don't believe in any category. Maybe Defensive Rookie of the Year. Antoine Boykin was second. So That's fun at least. There's Dwayne Reeves, Tarquin Patrick. Corey Hickman won Offensive Rookie of the Year. All right. Players to re-sign. Can I just cut all of them? $6.5 million. I mean, I actually don't really want anyone that's here. And we need a bit of a fresh start anyway, so goodbye. Teron Armstead is here, and the top bidding team for him is the Dolphins. That's going to be true in the future from where we are now. Sharif Floyd was so good before injury. We need to get a big-time difference maker. Teron Armstead at left tackle, I think, is that. Now, can we even afford an offer that is even close to this? No. We're going to have to clear up some space. So, Ahmad Brooks is going to get cut. I mean, that is a no-brainer. Freeze $9 million. Very small penalty. Colin Kaepernick is going to get cut as well. Just didn't end up featuring. Wasn't good enough when he started for us. Antoine Bethea will also be released. Wasn't even a starter for us last year. Tremaine Brock. I don't know that I need to cut him. I might end up cutting him. Torrey Smith, I think I should cut. I miss him. The penalty's actually, I would say, too significant. So I'm going to hold on. Maybe cut Tremaine Brock. Yeah, I'm going to cut Tremaine Brock. We need money to make some big-time moves, so we're cutting dead weight. And Jimmy Ward honestly could go as well. I don't know if that's worth it. 29 mil in cap room now. And we can afford to offer Teron Armstead a real deal. I will give him, I think, 85-28. We need this player. I mean, it's a big chunk of what we have, but we got to get this done. Sharif Floyd would be interesting. Alec Ogletree's only 25 here and good. It's interesting. Malcolm Jenkins wouldn't be the worst idea. And in fact, I might actually lean that way. And we just move Eric Reed over to strong safety. Florida Gator legend, Jelani Jenkins. Ooh, Texas legend, Alex Okafor. Hook 'em horns. Is a scheme fit? We don't need him. Sheldon Richardson could also just play defensive tackle for us, which I think would be quite a good fit. But Sharif Floyd is here. Yeah, I think we just need higher overall players. Sharif Floyd basically wants 10 a year with a $28 million bonus. And Sheldon Richardson wants a lot more than that. Yes, a lot more than that. Well, I'm going to lean Sharif Floyd then. Nobody wants Larry Fitz. Keenan Allen would be big to sign as well. I just don't know that we're going to have the money to do that. But getting a big-time receiver one, that would be really big for this team right now that is clearly struggling to score points. Left tackle, we can say, is going to get upgraded. Left guard is good. Center, we're not going to be able to deal with right now. We still need depth. We need a lot of depth. I just think Keenan Allen's going to be slightly too expensive for me long-term. But, I mean, that leaves us with a reasonable amount, I guess. Like, $2.5 million cap room is nothing, but there is a little bit of wiggle room there. Also, I don't know where scouting would be. It says we have points, but I cannot find them. So maybe we do, maybe we don't. Now we have a little bit more. So we haven't signed anybody yet. I'm hoping that other teams have dropped out of the race in some of these guys. Nobody's going after Jabal Sheard, which doesn't really make any sense to me. He wants a lot of money. But, I mean, if we just throw out an offer, I need a kicker as well. The Dolphins have jumped me on Armstead. Still in the lead on Keenan Allen, so I need to go ahead and raise my offer. It is worth it. Has to be. Yeah, we're gonna have to really raise this, though. Bradley Agers. Looks like a decent young safety prospect. That's not bad. I just I wish his zone coverage was a bit higher, but I'm really excited about these corners. Combine grade is so high, but the player just isn't there. 4.3 flat 40 for TJ Montgomery. I like that a lot. Joey Priester ran 4.41. These corners are a lot faster than the ones last year, but I think the trend basically is like the better the player in terms of like skills, the worse the athlete is, which I don't particularly love, but this one's fast as well. So we have a lot of options at corner. I mean, I start a lot that I think are quite good. And even Kenneth Harrington, I don't know if you could find better value than that. That's a second-round pick for us, easily. I think probably my first one. And yeah, Marcus Gordon's a really good athlete. Look at that combine. Just lit it up. 43-inch vertical jump at 5'10". 4'3", 240. Broad jump is absurd. 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle, all very good times. Bench press at 13 reps is somehow first. I mean, he's clearly going to be an absolute superstar. Oh, I didn't even check development traits on some of the rookies we drafted. Something maybe to look into. Matt Gordon also, pretty good athlete. 6'4", 235, ran sub 5, or I hope so. Ran sub 4.5, but I'm interested in these running backs. Mike Hilliard is slow. You could still be a really good running back if you're slow. 4.52, that's the fastest time. And running backs don't need to be speedsters, and often the bigger ones are not. Javonte Cook, I think I like quite a bit. It's just 23 years old. Kind of turns me off a little bit, I would say. I mean, but it's a good running back class. I think I'd be comfortable with any of these guys. And not that we have to draft one. You can just trade for Adrian Peterson or somebody. All right, so there are offers in for some of these other guys as well. Still in the lead on everyone with the exception of Keenan Allen. And I guess Dan Bailey. I wanted a kicker. Those plans are changing a little bit. But we pick at number 2, 3, and 4 in the draft, and number 9. We're set up. Now, it says we have a lot of cap room. It's probably taking into account having to pay all these guys, which we probably won't end up doing. I need to find where I can clear space. It might... I mean, we need depth, though. I can't just get rid of everybody. Also, I never moved Akeem Ayers to left outside linebacker, but he was still playing there, so doesn't really matter. Torrey Smith and 2 top 10 picks can't get me Patrick Peterson, unfortunately. That would have been nice. Also, maybe I'm crazy. This just doesn't look like Robert Nkemdiche to me. This is Robert Nkemdiche at Ole Miss. And this is him on the Cardinals when he was a rookie or close to it. I just don't feel like that looks like him. I don't know. Okay, that's a bad trade for the Cardinals. Trading Torrey Smith, Zane Beadles, and a second-round pick for a first from the Cardinals. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to make my cap situation a whole lot better, just because we just did get a first-round pick, and that should be factored in. It freed up a little bit. Hopefully that will let us get Keenan Allen. And I guess I don't even need Keenan Allen. If I'm going to draft a receiver, I still would like one. Nah, he's really good, and he's also, what, 25 at this time? Yeah, we probably do need Keenan Allen. Let's not overthink that one. We just need better players. And then Dan Bailey, I need a kicker and a punter. It doesn't have to be Dan Bailey, though. So I'm going to withdraw my bid on that and just go after really any kicker. I mean, these guys are all getting offers. And Dan Bailey's only 29, and he's the best one. So I will increase my offer slightly. Okay, so free agency went badly. Sharif Floyd, Keenan Allen, Dan Bailey, and Teron Armstead all said no. The only guy that said yes was punter John Ryan, 35-year-old looking to stick around in the league. That went about as poorly as you can imagine. So that means we're probably going to draft Artis Nicholas. Really solid looking left tackle prospect. Nash Pleasant might be worth drafting as a center. Hook 'em horns, of course. Trying to figure it out, man. I mean, I know it's a process. We're not just going to get there, boom, snap of the fingers, right? But I'd like at least more than 2 wins in 2 years combined. I don't think the team is that bad. So we pick at 2, 3, and 4. I traded the Saints pick, right? And 9. Where are the Saints? And 19. Saints are... Did I trade the Saints pick? I guess they traded the pick. They don't have a first-round pick. The Panthers have 2 picks, though, right? They have 18, and they have 32. Okay. So I think I'm just going to let the Browns take whoever they want to take. I don't know that I'm going to spend the number 2 overall pick. The first guy I'm really looking to draft is Artis Nicholas. And I'll probably take him at number 2 just because he looks really good and it's a big need. And then we can kind of decide from there. Or is he going to be available at 3? He'll probably be available at 3. I mean, there are 3 left tackles in a row at the top. He's surely going to be available at 3. I'm going to try and work some magic here with this pick. We need somebody that's elite. We just don't have that right now. I plan on drafting a running back. I plan on drafting a receiver. Our team has no depth, dude. You know, I like the defense. I just need to move Akeem Ayers over to left outside linebacker. It's up to an 84. Corners, I plan on drafting one of those, but we could acquire an elite one. Could acquire an elite safety as well. Okay. Also, we are projected the #1 overall pick next year. I could get rid of that. Don't know that I will. I also kind of want to trade Aaron Lynch. Like, I know he's a 99 overall. Is it a fake 99? No one's interested in him, except for the Falcons, really. There are a few teams, but I know he's 24. I know he's a 99 overall. He didn't produce even a little bit. And the Raiders have no interest. Okay, I just flipped Aaron Lynch for Aaron Donald. I'm fine with that. That's an interesting trade. I still have the #2 pick. Now I could make a move on the interior of my defensive line. Left end becomes a need. Getting Aaron Donald, though, I think was big. Armstead or Buckner becomes disposable. I'd probably move Armstead because we'll have to extend him. Hopefully he has interest from somebody. I mean, surely he should. Cowboys have, I think it was Green. Yes, Cowboys. Okay, there's some teams. DeMarcus Lawrence is a 99 overall. It's pretty much between him and Dante Fowler Jr., who I want to get. And I think I'm going to opt for Fowler because of the control. So we'll try and make a move for him. I think we should be able to, especially if I add in a first, which I have a lot of those. I'm probably going to try and avoid that just because these have so much value. Maybe a second rounder next year will get it done. I want a better positional upgrade. That basically means that I will not be able to trade for Dante Fowler Jr. unless I give them, like, DeForest Buckner. And I would bet that the Cowboys are in a pretty similar boat. I think they're going to ask for a better positional upgrade as well, which I don't want to give them Aaron Donald. I certainly do not want to give them DeForest Buckner either. Get better positional upgrade. So we're in a tough spot again. Everyone wants a better positional upgrade. No one wants Eric Armstead. If I have to trade DeForest Buckner to get it done, I mean, I guess I'll do it. I'm surprised that it's only yellow interest from the Jaguars. They just prefer Eric Armstead for some reason. Will this get me DeMarcus Lawrence? I don't think it will. I think they want Aaron Donald, and I'm just not willing to do that. This is not Ezekiel Elliott. Now we know for sure the pictures are screwed up. Like, some of them are right. This is Randy Gregory. This is Tyrone Crawford. I believe that's Rolando McClain. That's not Zeke. That's Tony Romo. That's Ryan Suckup. That's Sebastian Vollmer. That's not Kurt Coleman. No, it is. It is Kurt Coleman. My bad. Okay, there's finally a trade. Eric Armstead headed to Jacksonville. We're getting back Allen Robinson. So we're trading a future third as well. I would say that's a pretty good trade for us. I'm still looking to get a receiver. I can trade either Justin Blackmon or Josh Gordon. They're not really super good at this point. Probably Blackmon because he's a year older. But yeah, we don't necessarily have to. And I'm not even sure what interest he's going to have. Maybe yellow at best from a team. Yellow from the Rams. I know it's interdivisional trading. I know we did Aaron Donald and got him that way. So you're going to have to deal with it. Ah, this is where Sharif Floyd went. I'd love to get him. Oh, Justin Blackmon and a 6th gets me the #7 overall pick. So trading for picks at this time is broken. But actually using those picks to get players like you can in real life doesn't really exist. However, I need to spend these picks on established players. I'm going out to get Khalil Mack. He's going to start at left end. He's going to be awesome for us. And this is just kind of like an homage to my Madden 16 rebuilds at the time. I will give you the #2 overall pick. They'll decline me. I will give you number 19 to test. They're going to decline probably. I might have to give them 3 first-round picks, which I'm okay with doing, by the way. Because we would have 3 and 4 at that point. Actually, let's take out 2 and add 19, 9, and 7. 3 first-round picks. We're keeping all of our top picks. Still can't get Khalil Mack. Let's try to increase it. 2, 9, and 19. Doesn't do it. Even 2, 3, and 4 cannot get me Khalil Mack. I would need to package a player. The fact that I can't turn this #2 pick into, you know, any good player is frustrating me. I'd like Khalil Mack. It seems like that's not going to be possible. I'm curious how I used to make trades on this game. Coney Ely. I forgot about this dude out of Mizzou. I completely forgot. The fact that he's second on the depth chart here makes me think that I might be able to get him for a steal. Let me try a future too. Okay. So I referenced an older video of mine, and it turns out that it's much easier, as we were basically figuring out, to trade players, and it's very difficult to just trade with picks. I literally basically say that in the video. Here's the problem, is I had some players that had, you know, multiple green interests from teams, and here it's like, where's the green interest? I don't have it. I have Master Trade Negotiator. How do I get my players to have more interest from other teams? I'm not sure. All right, I have an idea. They need a corner, a left end, and a left tackle, right? So what if I use my picks to trade for, like, kind of whatever players that still would have interest from the Raiders? Like if I traded for, you know, like Sean Smith, and who I'm not even sure they'd want to trade. Remember Delvin Bro? Whew. It's crazy. This is not that long ago, but you completely forget about some of these guys. Like Xavier Rhodes, I think, is a good trade candidate. Maybe Kyle Fuller. Maybe work something out with the Bears here. Jeremy Langford's a 95 overall or 92 overall. Dude, how tough is it to trade for a player? Number 2 overall for Kyle Fuller and a second-round pick. They're like, no shot. Dude. Master Trade Negotiator, I mean, I don't know that it's doing anything. I mean, I have all these picks and they're essentially devoid of value. Look at this. I'm going through. These are 2 second-year players at 87 and 88 overall, and there is not a single team in the league with any interest in those players. How is that? That's definitely not Joey Bosa. That's what is the Steelers? Jesse James? That is Jesse James. So the question is, what does Jesse James' picture look like? It's not on this team anymore. All right. I cannot trade the number 2 overall pick for Bud Dupree. I mean, could I even trade 2 first-round picks for Bud Dupree? It's not even worth it at this point. Okay, well, this is a lesson to me. Picks have literally no value. I might as well just draft the guys I want. And I got a big reach to start off. Artis Nicholas is the number 20 player. I drafted him at number 2. I have no regrets about that. I think it's just the scheme. I think that will boost his overall. See, 83 run block, 87 pass block, 86 impact blocking with 92 strength at 21 years old. I feel like that's a pretty good left tackle. However, there is a benefit to trading down, and it's that I spend less to have these guys on the team. So I am going to try and trade down, maybe to the Falcons pick, or I'd love to get a player, but I can't do it. All right, trading number 3 for a 1 this year, next year from Atlanta, and a 2 this year. Just trying to save myself a little bit of money. Do I want Bradley Agers? He seems pretty good. Joey Priester. I got to decide which corner I want. I definitely want... I mean, there's some good receivers here, but I definitely want Marcus Gordon for sure out of Wisconsin. I honestly like the corners down the board. So I don't know that I have to take one of these top guys. They look like they'd be pretty good, but I don't have to take them. So maybe I'll take the safety. Maybe I'll take one of these receivers. I think Marcus Gordon is the best one. But there's good value here. And William Parker also looks really good. It's actually disgusting how little value a top 5 pick has. Okay, finally, I got any player. It's Zach Roberson. He's a right tackle in the... low 80s. It took me the number 4 overall pick. That's the best player I could get. And by a lot, by the way. Will the safety make it to 9? He does, actually. Kind of thought he would go. Do I really want to spend that pick, though, on Bradley Agers? Yeah, I guess. Whatever. He's an 82 overall, ranked number 7. He looks like he could be okay. Probably will start. And then we can move Eric Reed over to strong safety. Who's at risk of going next? Again, I don't need to take a corner right now. There are good ones down the board. So it's, do I want one of these receivers? I like both of them, to be honest. And I know there's another one, too. I think William Parker I might prefer because he looks like the best athlete of the bunch. The running back, Tremont Brandon, I liked him quite a bit. AC Cooper definitely looks really good, but is not the best athlete. And then Marcus Gordon... Will he make it to 19? I mean, probably, right? Interesting trade here. I'm trading back from 10 to 18 and then up from 42 to 32. We net +2 spots overall, which, I mean, sure, all right. And I'm sure we're going to see one of those receivers go. That was not the one I was interested in. I think that was one of the guys I was interested in at 15. But as long as the other receiver makes it to 18 and 19, I am perfectly fine. Yeah, Matt Gordon was the worst of the two that I thought, or the worst of the two. Joey Priester looks good. It's just, would I prefer the running back? Running back definitely looks really good. So does Javonte Cook down the board, though, is the thing. So let's just take the receiver first, because I know I want him. Marcus Gordon out of Wisconsin. Looks very, very good. Welcome to the team. He is an 81 overall, ranked number 10. We took him at 18. He's got 96 speed, 98 agility, 99 acceleration, good catching. Spectacular catch is an 89. Jumping's a 98. Juke move's a 90. I mean, this dude is incredible. And we have 2 more picks in the first round. So, do I want to make a decision on one of these corners? Do I want Joey Priester? Definitely looks really good. I still think, I mean, Gilbert Kilgore looks like basically the same player. Maybe even better, to be honest. So if we go Kilgore and Harrington, I don't think we need those other top corners. And some of these guys can be trade bait as well. Otha Palmer does look very good. Tough decisions, because I can really only get 3 of these guys. Do I want to draft a running back? I'm going to go with a running back at this spot. I have my choice. I mean, Tremont Brandon looks good. Definitely. Javonte Cook, I also think looks really good. He's a receiving back type. And Leandre Austin is balanced. Javonte Cook, I mean, I'm conflicted. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to make a decision here. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to take whatever receiver drops to 30, or whatever corner drops to 30, or whatever running back, Jesus, whatever running back drops to 32. And with this pick, I think I go corner. The thing is, I just don't need to. Nah, I'm going to do it anyway. I'll take Tremont Brandon. He's a 78 overall. He's ranked number 35. We took him at 19. He's the most well-rounded of the bunch. He's got 94 agility, 91 trucking. It's just his awareness is a 48. But once we raise that, I think his overall will skyrocket. Here's one corner. I really don't want to see a run of corners here. There goes another corner. There goes Otha Palmer. That looked, I would say, quite good. But we should be good here at 32. Yeah, both of the corners I wanted have made it to this spot, which they should have. Matt Gordon's still on the board, by the way, who still does look pretty good. So let's go Gilbert Kilgore at this spot. He's a 78 overall, number 28 in the class, took him at 32. He's got 97 speed with 87 man, 86 zone coverage. I don't really know why he's rated so low. He looks extremely good. These running backs are lasting, by the way, which I guess isn't a huge surprise. Could take Matt Gordon, Leandre Austin. I think I prefer Javonte Cook. I am going to take the other corner, Kenneth Harrington, just because he looks really, really good to me. Would fit the scheme really well, and I can trade back up for the other running back if I want. He's ranked at number 56. Again, I'm kind of in the situation where I don't get that. 95 speed, 86 man, 83 zone. Press is an 83. Tackling is really low. Awareness is low at a 59. But again, the player looks really solid to me. These running backs are really lasting on the board, as is Matt Gordon. Depending on how long some of these guys last, that will tell me if I need to facilitate a move. 3 straight centers. There goes Gordon, the receiver, finally. Running backs may last to the top of the 3rd round the way these picks are going so far. Quarterback's starting to go. I really think the running backs start to go now it's the 3rd round. But, I mean, they're still available. See, Leandre Austin is supposed to be an early 2nd round talent, and Javonte Cook is a mid-2nd round talent. And Austin, too, is also 2 years younger. And the Giants have back-to-back picks here to open the 3rd round. Here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to get both of those, I think, and maybe a 2nd next year for a 1st. Can I make this happen? We know picks at this point are pretty much valueless. What about number 1? Make that trade. They wouldn't. How would they decline this? All right, I'm trading a 1 for 2 threes back to back to take 2 running backs. You know what? That's just good thinking. Don't take a running back in the first round. Trade your first round pick for 2 thirds to take 2 running backs. Leandre Austin's ranked number 42. We took him at 72. Again, looks decent. A little bit slow as we expected. And then I'm going to take the other running back too. I'm hoping that these guys could end up being trade value. And Javonte Cook honestly just looks good. Ranked number 67. We took him at 73. Turned out to be fine value. But here's the thing. Is would I ever make that trade in a new Madden? Absolutely not. However, here, because picks have no value, I might as well just draft players. So these overalls are subject to change. Because here it says Tremont Brandon is an 84. Marcus Gordon's an 80. Agers is an 80. Duncan Weatherspoon is a 74. Did I take a quarterback? Did I mean to? Why do I not remember? Did I just accidentally skip past it and waste a pick? Hell, I may have. Leandre Austin was an 80, 76 for Javonte Cook. I don't remember doing this. Tight end Antoine Austin is an 80. But again, these overalls are subject to change. Quarterback was an 84. Corner AC Cooper is an 81. Ontrell Brandon, 84 overall defensive end. Cole Beasley ends up being a 78. I mean, so we got an 84 overall running back. And, I mean, a really solid draft class overall. It's just, as you know, overalls are weird. And will those guys ever have trade value? Probably not. And will we ever win a game? Probably not. William Parker ends up being an 80, who we had considered drafting and probably would have if he had not gone off the board. I know I traded back, but just by design. Also, an 84 overall running back in the 6th round is pretty good. Texans got an 85 overall defensive tackle, Corliss Dawson. Overall, I would say, though, that we definitely had the best draft just from looking at it again. But will it actually end in wins? Who knows? But per usual, I would say our success will hinge on the quarterback, who is not developing. Oh, yeah, I wanted to check out dev traits. So traits is not development. Maybe it's an upgrade player. Here we go, traits. Okay, so the quarterback has normal dev. Let's just go check all the rookies and guys from last year, too. Normal dev for Tremont Brandon. Leandre Austin, the running back, has quick, and I think this goes as high as star. Don't think they have superstar at this moment in time. Normal for Javonte Cook, unfortunately, but I don't know how much he's going to play anyway. So even Allen Robinson has normal development. I wanted to check out an established guy. He's up to a 91 overall, but is not that good. Marcus Gordon, though, I'm interested in. Maybe a relative of Josh Gordon in this fantasy world. He has superstar, so that's how we find out that superstar development exists, because Marcus Gordon, the receiver, has superstar dev. Well, there we go. He's going to be a stud. Normal dev for Artis Nicholas, the left tackle. Oh, yeah, I traded for Zach Roberson. If you have better than normal, I was going to start him. I still could, by the way. He still looks pretty good. He's up to an 85, and then I could trade Artis Nicholas, who's not going to have value. I don't know what I'm doing. And Patrick Mitchell, the right tackle, is quick dev. We drafted him last year, right? Tarquin Patrick has slow dev. Oh, that's no good. Back when slow dev existed. Now it's just called normal. And if you didn't know, yes, that's... People always comment there. I wish they would bring back slow dev. That's what normal is. They changed slow to normal, and then normal is now star, and then what star used to be is now superstar. I don't know. You guys know what I mean. It just follows that track up, and maybe they added superstar X Factor on top. Normal dev for Antoine Boykin as well. Hopefully one of these corners has at least better than normal. I'm going to guess Dwayne Reese has slow or normal, normal based off of his development. He's still a 79. Oh, okay. Gilbert Kilgore. Very good decision to draft him. He has superstar dev. And Kenneth Harrington also has superstar. So we went not only 2 for 2 on the corners. I mean, we really, really hit on those guys. And then Bradley Agers has normal dev. Moved Eric Reed over to strong safety. I think he profiles a little bit better as a strong safety anyway. So it's a really good fit for us. Agers will start. Those 2 rookie corners have to start over Reeves just because superstar dev is pretty awesome. Like, I might even trade Tremaine Johnson. We have trade offers for Chris Jones, by the way. I guess Chris Jones was put on the trade block by the CPU. Listed only at a 77 overall. That's supposed to be Derrick Henry. We know what Derrick Henry looks like, and it's not that. Shalik Calhoun, I saw. Trade offers aren't great, but maybe you can try to trade him individually. Probably won't be able to. Might end up just keeping him. Ooh, I can sign Manti Te'o. Will he have interest? He should, right? I would say so. Also, I know there's a weird fit. I might just put Aaron Donald at left end. I can't. Overalls at this point were a problem. We can't even move Akeem Ayers down to defensive end, so we're just starting some guys we signed off the street, essentially, and we'll see what we can do. I mean, actually, Charles Johnson's on the trade block. Will I even be able to make a trade for him? I feel like I probably won't be able to, just because we've seen how this is going so far. I'd love to give you Tremaine Johnson. I really would. Take the money off my hands, and I'll give you a second and a fourth round pick. Please. Please just accept that. I'd love if you would. And that trade is accepted. So yeah, Charles Johnson is 31, but he's also a 93 overall. So big upgrade at a very, very big position. This is massive for us. Hopefully he's real good. We don't need Tremaine Johnson because we have the corners that we drafted. And Harrington and Kilgore will start because they both have superstar dev. And I'm thinking we can develop those guys and it'll be worthwhile. So hopefully we win like at least 5 games this year. I think we're moving in the right direction, but it's been brutal so far. 0-3 in week 4. So this is going really badly. Also, they're starting guys that I don't want them to start. Dookie Iheanacho and Reggie Nelson. Don't want that. 1-6 at the midseason mark. We are so bad. Also, re-signed some guys. Charles Johnson, DeForest Buckner, and Allen Robinson. I gotta figure out how to start winning. But it's just like we're in such a weird spot where it's like, and it's still like, this is only what, season 3? Yeah, season 3. So I mean, it still is fairly early, but you kind of expect us to be performing a little bit better at this point. Could be scheme related, but I just don't know that our overall is that good. Let's compare it to just any old team here in week 11. All right, we are 2-8 now in week 12. Didn't stop at week 11 for some reason. And the Cardinals, let's see where we are in relation to them. They're a 96. We're an 89, so not bad. We've obviously gotten a lot better, but I guess I didn't realize how big of a challenge we were up against. This guy is very familiar. Why can I not put my finger on who that looks like? Very familiar, though. This guy, too. I mean, that almost looks like Blaine Gabbert in a way. So we would go 3-13, which is an improvement, shockingly. The Seahawks are consistently great, as are the Cardinals. I'm confused, and Jay Gruden's coach of the year. Yeah, it's a video game. I'm confused as to what our next step is toward improvement. Because, I mean, like, why is Marcus Gordon not a higher overall? It says his type is route runner. I don't really even believe that. I don't understand how superstar development leaves a guy like Kenneth Harrington still at a 79 overall. When he was a 79 when we drafted him, or maybe 78. He gets +1 overall. Corey Hickman, I guess, is improving. We have no running game at all. Receivers, I mean, it's spread around pretty well. Marcus Gordon had the most catches on our team. Only 3 touchdowns, though. And then defensively, Navarro Bowman had 181 tackles, only 2 for loss. DeForest Buckner, 13 tackles for loss. And Tarquin Patrick had 11.5 sacks, 8 for Charles Johnson. We still suck, though. Our offense cannot score. Is Steelers' offense the move? They scored so many points per game. Also, I mean, it seems like we have a ton of coach XP in the top right, but we really can't use any of that on anything. I'll show you, I guess. Might as well, right? I feel like this video's kind of gone off the rails a little bit in terms of my usual structure. But as you can see, it's like maybe I'll get free agency influence. Doesn't really do anything. Player progression costs so much. So by the time it would take us, or the time we'd even get to one of these, that's all we could do for the entire video probably. And then coach package discount is $25K. But by the time we get up to there, like, we're not even going to be able to do any of these player progressions. So I mean, I have no idea what to do. I've changed the schemes a little bit, so we'll see if that has any impact. But once again, we're focused on getting the best players possible. I'm probably going to let a lot of these guys walk, including Akeem Ayers, including Joshua Garnett. We don't need Carlos Hyde. Most of these guys can probably just go out and sign in free agency anyway. So, and most of them I did. So the only guy I'd really be interested in is maybe Manti Te'o because he's 27. And maybe I could trade him. I think that's going to be the only one. And he accepted. So we'll see if we eventually trade him or not. And we need to make a lot of splashes in free agency because the fact that we couldn't bring in any of the top free agents we wanted to last year, I think has really set us back a little bit. But if we can make a big impact in this free agency with $55.5 million of available salary cap, we should be good. We can upgrade across the entire offensive line. Odell is here, and if you didn't notice, basically the receiver we drafted in last year's draft is like mini Odell in a lot of ways. So I think we might go ahead and bring them together. Coney Ealy's in here. We have to have a huge free agent class. I'm thinking La'el Collins, maybe Odell, trade away Josh Gordon. We get Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. Tackle is good. This tackle that we traded for is actually developing really quickly, so I'm in no hurry to trade him. Mitchell's been starting at left tackle. I'm in no hurry to trade him. Nicholas I could move, but I don't think the interest is going to be there. Need a right guard. So we're going to go after offensive linemen for sure. Did Aaron Donald not play? What are we doing? I don't know. It was weird. Was he already in the first spot and I just missed him? I'm not sure. We could use a linebacker. I like my corners. We just got to develop these guys. I think that's what it comes down to. Kenny Vaccaro could be a good safety for cheap. Clinton Dix could be really good too. I think I might prefer Tyrann Mathieu though. Actually, I am going to withdraw on Tyrann Mathieu because he wants more money than Clinton Dix, and my offer to him did not take us even in the top 3, but for Clinton Dix, it did. We can always move Eric Reed back over to free safety. Jason Verrett feels like an awesome fit. Scheme fit plus location. I don't even think he'd be difficult to get. And he is an upgrade. I do like my corners, but he's a big enough upgrade to where it makes a lot of sense, I think. This is not Darren Lee. Who is this? He looks familiar. I can't remember. It is not Darren Lee, though, but he could be a good fit. I could move him to middle linebacker, maybe. Maybe not. Also, thought, if there's a scheme fit, right, we are in a base 4-3 now. I've got an idea. So his type is run stopper. What if I moved my first middle linebacker in the scheme fits to run stopper? It didn't do what I wanted it to do. I thought he'd be a scheme fit now. But he is a scheme fit, so I want him, even if it doesn't show up as a scheme fit. Navarro Bowman's getting older. We got to plan on moving past him. Texas legend, Henry Melton, hook 'em horns. Joey Bosa's here. That's not what Joey Bosa looks like. That's what we were talking about earlier, Jesse James. Joey Bosa's got to get signed. Who is this? Marty B? Martavis Bryant. Zero interest, but I think I need a bigger upgrade. Odell just makes perfect sense. Ooh, Texas legend Jamal Charles. Very interested. We actually probably should sign a QB, but I have kind of allocated funds elsewhere. Pretty good start to free agency. Now, I thought we would go after like La'el Collins, but Zach Fulton is not old. He's 26 and he's a 94 overall and nobody wanted him. Ladarius Green is 28 and an upgrade on Jermichael Finley. Alex Mack is 32 but had no offers and is a starting center immediately. Zach Fulton's going to go over and play right guard because Alex Boone's fine at left. Now, some of these guys we don't necessarily need at this point, but some of them can be trade value for sure. Trade bait, like Zeitler. The thing is, he's really solid. 28, no one was interested in him. He's not expensive. And like Alex Mack is 31. I know we just signed him, but he's good, and I kind of didn't expect this to go this way. So we might try and save a little bit of money on Zeitler, maybe even extend this to 5 years. It's not a huge deal. Another team could jump in. I'm okay with that. Jags passed me on Zeitler. The Eagles passed me on Clinton Dix. Only team in the running for Avery Williamson, so we're going to go ahead and take that contract all the way down. Okay, so I would say it went fairly well. We got Clinton Dix. We got Avery Williamson, got Joey Bosa, Jason Verrett. Zeitler declined, was fully ready for it. Odell declined, which is a little bit annoying just because he would have been a huge upgrade. But overall, you can see the team has been overhauled at least a little bit. So that's got a little bit of an oxymoron there. How do you overhaul something a little bit? But I think we've definitely made strides here for sure. Eric Reed can go back to starting at free safety. Unless Clinton Dix has like so much better zone coverage. It's 99 tackle. I think Eric Reed's going to play free safety. And the Niners ended up with Jason Verrett in real life. We have Nick Bosa's brother Joey, because Nick's not in the league yet. We have a good group of corners. Safeties look okay. Obviously the morale's down. Bowman's still good at inside linebacker. Avery Williamson got kicked out to left outside. We have Boykin here. Antoine Boykin has not really developed too much, but I'm hoping that changes this next year. And then offensively, I will move Zach Roberson over to left tackle and change up these scheme fits as well, just to maximize the overall. And I think we're gonna finally see our first big stretch of wins in this next season. And that doesn't mean we're necessarily going to make the playoffs. Quarterback and running back are still fairly weak, but we're going to do what we can. So we have the number 2 overall pick. And the thing is, you guys know this pick has no value. I'd love to figure out how to turn this into a really good player. I really would. I don't know how possible that is. All right, trading number 2 overall for number 3 overall, a second and a first next year. The classic trade in the draft. And I don't know who I want yet, but I am going to draft somebody. But I don't think there's any quarterback worth drafting. I really don't. I think Russell Fisher looks pretty good. That can be my eventual Navarro Bowman replacement. And if I can somehow trade Navarro Bowman in this draft, we could actually end up with a really great outcome post-draft. Trading number 3 back to number 4, picking up a second round in the process. Again, it doesn't even amount for anything. All right, we actually got the perfect trade. Bears pick at number 9. They want to trade a first-round pick and give me a first and a second next year. I think that's perfect. I can take the middle linebacker at 9, save a little bit of money by doing so. No one was going to draft him. It's still early to draft him at 9, but you know these things. These guys can go pretty early. So let's take Russell Fisher at this spot. He is an 80 overall, number 16 in the class. Took him at 9. I think that's a pretty good pick. He looks pretty good, though. But a lot of the guys do. That's the thing, is I don't even know how to value these ratings. Back-to-back picks here in the second round. We could go with a quarterback. I know I drafted a quarterback last draft, but that was an accident. So that's a big difference there. Once again, the running backs look pretty good. Cesar Olsen is the one I'm going to end up taking, because I don't have enough running backs. They look like pretty much the same player, to be honest. It's just Cesar Olsen is a bit faster. Is Rashad Collins quicker? He is, which maybe is a little bit more valuable. Do I just take both again? I mean, is it better than taking a quarterback? Probably. I'll take a quarterback. Corey Gordon or Noah Kerr? Corey Gordon probably better. It's close, though. We'll go Gordon. He said not great. And give me Cesar Olsen. Hook 'em horns. Number 45 in the draft. He looks pretty good, though. He's got 94 juke, 94 elusiveness, 85 truck. I don't get the ratings. I don't get them. 49 awareness, I guess. 49 awareness is pretty bad. But it's also our team, the 49ers, which are also pretty bad here, so kind of negates that point. Okay, so the overalls have changed, obviously. Cesar Olsen's an 81, Corey Gordon's a 77, Russell Fisher's a 77. Giants did very well, I would say. Rashad Collins is an 80, but also remember the running back we drafted, his overall changed. Also, Charles Johnson is a 94 overall defensive tackle, so I'm going to play him at D tackle. Got Patrick. My corners, I'm going to move Reeves down again because we have superstar Devin Harrington, but that's a good 3. Linebackers should be good. Safety should be good. I mean, the team really should be good. I'm going to go out and sign probably another tight end and definitely 2 receivers. Mario Addison's a 91. He's just sitting in free agency. I might as well, although I don't want to start him. Good to have depth, I guess. Do you believe it? We have a positive record. We are above 500, 5-3, second in the NFC West, but in striking distance for the division. Did just lose to the Cardinals by 20 in Week 8. Not great. However, we are actually winning games now. And yeah, we have all of our wins from the previous 3 seasons combined into this one, and it matches the total at the midseason mark. Excellent, I would say. So things have started to go south. We're 6-6-1 now. I guess the Seahawks got hot at the right time. They're 10-3 all of a sudden. I mean, they weren't even in position, and all of a sudden they're the best team in football somehow. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Team's still getting better, still improving. We have to bring back Navarro Bowman, Jermichael Finley, Alex Boone. I'd probably like 1-year deals for these guys just because of the age. I mean, 2 years for Alex Boone is fine, I guess. Navarro Bowman declined our offer, which is fine for right now. That really is, because we can end up franchise tagging him if we need to, or extending him. Haven't really made a big decision on that. But it doesn't seem like we're going to be a part of the playoffs again, which is frustrating. But maybe next year will be the final season, final year, and we'll actually have something to show for it. But we would need to make some type of miraculous comeback to be in position to be playing games in February, in late January. Still big improvement. We finished 7-8-1, and we finally have enough Coach XP to spend on the quarterback one, which is really the only one I care about right now. Quarterback game prep modifier. So hopefully that ends up really impacting the development of our QB, because, I mean, it's not great right now. We're getting better steadily, and Corey Hickman had a great season, actually. Too many interceptions at 21, but nearly 5,000 yards, 32 touchdowns. That's good. Tremont Brandon is getting better. We'd like to see the yards per carry go up significantly, but it's not there yet. Allen Robinson, great year, 1,600 yards, receiving 8 TDs. Josh Gordon was over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Marcus Gordon, over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Very good season from all of our receivers. Then defensively, a lot of tackles for Navarro Bowman. Had a few tackles for loss. Aaron Donald, 20 tackles for loss and 7.5 sacks. 8 sacks for Tarquin Patrick. We need to put more pressure on the quarterback. Our defense, I feel like, is not playing as well as they need to. Let's see what their total ranking is offensively. About middle of the pack for everything, which I think matches our record. I just don't get how the Seahawks are playing so much better than us, I guess. Like, are they that much better personnel-wise? I think we're in the same exact defense, so a little bit weird. I think our front is definitely better, and I think their secondary is definitely... Mark Lewinsky's a 99 overall. Giants legend now. Cam Chancellor's a 93. Earl Thomas is a 96. Richard Sherman's a 99. So it's definitely better, but I mean, they still have some holes on this team. I wouldn't say that this team is so significantly better than us. Like, yeah, you see some 99 overalls, but then you check out our team, and you can see that we are actually not too far apart. 97 overall for Joey Bosa, 93 for Addison, 91 for Tarquin Patrick. Aaron Donald's a 99. Charles Johnson's a 94. We have good depth at that position. Avery Williamson's pretty good. You just don't have that 99 overall middle linebacker. Antoine Boykin's pretty good. Cornerbacks are improving steadily. And then at free safety, you know, we're not elite, but Clinton Dix is very, very good. So I would say, I mean, we're right in that same ballpark. I think we're going to let a lot of these guys walk. Even Navarro Bowman, I got to be able to do better than that. We'll see what's in free agency. Can always compete to bring them back. These older players are a lot easier to bring back in free agency. So we should be good to go. And we'll have money to sign somebody big, maybe even 2 somebodies. Here is Mark Lewinsky. It's all offensive linemen here at the top. First non-offensive lineman is a defensive lineman. It's Jarrell Casey. Ooh, Kelvin Benjamin. I was really hoping for a super high overall middle linebacker. I see KJ Wright. I don't really want that. Eric Kendricks is a way better Navarro Bowman replacement, though. Of course, has the location benefit because he went to school at UCLA. Should be able to get him, I think. Eric Armstead. That's right, we got rid of him. He's up to a 90 now, so we don't need him. My center grade is a B. Where's Alex Mack? Still here, that's a B. I guess he's an 88 overall without morale, but I don't really think we need to upgrade on that. They're probably going to say that left guard is a B as well. I need depth at receiver, tight end as well. It's just all about depth. We definitely need a linebacker. Although I do want to see what Russell Fisher's overall is. No, I think it is a 3-4 tackler already. So his overall is just what it is. Actually, it wasn't, but it is now. Set to 3-4 tackler. His overall goes up marginally. I don't really think that's a big difference maker. Interesting free agency. Brought back Navarro Bowman. Brought in Eric Decker. It's just a big upgrade at the position right now. Like, I like my guys better. But at the same time, it's like Eric Decker is significantly higher rated at the moment. I don't even see awareness listed in here, but that's got to be what's holding back Marcus Gordon's overall. Because he looks really good otherwise. Like, Eric Decker cannot be that much better. There's no way. I'm running real low. Here's Micah McFadden. Nope. Giants legend Micah McFadden. We really could use a lockdown CB1 or CB2. I guess we have Jason Verrett. And I think we could use a big-time running back. All right, we got Sean Smith and Eric Kendricks. So we have depth at linebacker. We have talent at the position. And now we've upgraded at corner. It is 2 in the morning. I've been recording for like so many hours. This is the final season. I need success. NFL draft time. We pick at number 8 and number 13 and number 16. Man, I got picks. I'm going to try to make a move for a big running back. I think that could really help our offense. I know we need a quarterback, at least a little bit. Corey Hickman, I'm hoping, will end up being good. But I'm down to trade some of these running backs if any of them have interest, but they probably won't. But I'm looking for a superstar running back. We'll see what the Vikings need. No Adrian Peterson at the time. Okay. Could get Jamal Charles, but Jamal Charles is fairly expensive. So I don't love that. I mean, did Adrian Peterson retire? Okay, big move. You just have to add in multiple players. I'm trading Gilbert Kilgore, the superstar corner that I drafted. Only an 82 overall. And we have another who's about the same. So I don't really see that as a big loss. Navarro Bowman. If he can get me Todd Gurley, who's the highest overall running back in the game right now, I had to do it. And a first-round pick. It had to be done. Per usual, I'm trying to trade my picks for literally anybody. Can't happen. And I actually haven't even scouted most of these guys either. So that's not great. Take a quarterback. I mean, he looks all right, 81 overall. If he's got a good depth trade, I guess I can start him. Duncan Wright looks pretty good too. I mean, B+ their accuracy mid, also an 81 overall. I got to go all out to try and win, and it's clear that you can't just trade for a QB. So I did what I could. Apparently, Tyler Farmer is an early first-round talent. I simply don't believe that. I'm looking at him. He ain't that good. I'll take Jonathan Darman. Also said early first round. He's number 16, which is not that, but is good depth. Also, I like how many trades I've made with the Rams in this video. Just all the players I want to play in the NFC West. Take a running back here. Yeah, let's go Chris Humphrey. All right, so let's see. Darius Davis is an 81. Duncan Wright is an 83. Jonathan Darman's an 81. These other guys don't really matter, but I'm just curious on the development trait, because if these guys can really play, which they're about the same overall as my quarterback right now, and if they have a better development trait, they could be better than Hickman is. He's up to an 84 with +3 confidence. So he might end up starting, but at the same time, he might not. Normal dev for Duncan Wright. Don't like to see that. This could be the big one, though. Darius Davis. Accuracy is not great. But if he has, like, superstar dev, I might just start him anyway. And it's normal. Okay. I've drafted a lot of running backs. I never draft running backs, but I don't know. I just went for it. And I think we're going to start the 21-year-old Duncan Wright. He's way younger. He's already better. Like, might as well. So we see Cosby here, who we had the opportunity to draft earlier, and CJ Marsh as well. We passed on both those guys. They really have not developed at all. Just trying to see. This is a final year. Is there anything I can do that can really improve the team? Backup tight end I need. Linebacking core I like. It's really just getting a big-time free safety. but I don't know how we can get one of those. Once again, we'll sign Jaquez Smith. Forgot completely about him. We'll sign Vinny Curry. It's good to have, or we can't actually even afford to sign Vinny Curry. Can we sign Jaquez Smith? No. Can't really clear much cap space, and the only tight end we can afford are Fred Davis and down. Tim Wright. Man. It's amazing all the guys you forget about, and this really isn't even that long ago, but it just goes to show you it's so impossibly tough to stick around in the NFL and have a long career. It really, really is. But this is the team. We're going to go with it. Eric Decker, probably possession, right? He is possession. Let me make CB or receiver to possession. Maybe boost his overall up a little bit. And we'll see if we can do anything. We are 3-4, which I don't even think is that bad. We played the Cardinals in Week 10. That's going to be a must-win game. Seahawks are 5-2. We're doing okay, but the big thing here for me is that we're just a really, really good team. And yeah, I'd love to win the Super Bowl every single rebuild, but obviously that doesn't happen. We're a 95 overall and struggling to win games. It's tough. All right, so it looks like we unfortunately did not make the playoffs again, although we got some XP though, finally. We would finish okay. We went 12-4. Not only did we make the playoffs, we won the division. We got a first-round bye. That is crazy. The Chiefs had the best record. And I guess, I mean, there are a couple other teams in the NFC that went 12-4. Seahawks went 11-5. I was not expecting that. So it looks like this video will not be ending on a terrible note. Look at Duncan Wright as a rookie. 5,100 yards, 51 touchdowns to 16 picks rushing. Todd Gurley was a big-time difference maker, over 1,700 yards rushing, 5.6 yards per carry, and 23 touchdowns. Backup running back Tremont Brandon had 14 touchdowns of his own. Eric Decker's a big addition, goes for over 1,400 yards, 8 TDs. Allen Robinson over 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. Marcus Gordon over 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Ladarius Green had 11 touchdowns. Defensively, Eric Kendricks had 143 tackles. Clinton Dix had 125. 101 for Eric Reed. I still can't even believe we made the playoffs after our start. 13 tackles for loss for Aaron Donald, who had team-leading 14.5 sacks. Tarquin Patrick had 17 sacks. 12.5 for Bosa. 10 for Johnson. 7.5 for rookie Tavon Mendenhall. Your guess is as good as mine with him. I have no idea who that is. Ferret has 6 picks. Clinton Dix has 5. It was just night and day how much better our team was this year than the previous years. I know we're getting better. We made big-time additions. We had the best offense in the league and the 4th best defense. Finally. 28K XP. I would imagine that we have to be close to a 99 team overall. That would be my guess. We'll do a cornerback game prep modifier. We're going to want to go ahead and upgrade our QB here. I'm just going to give him 83 deep accuracy. Is that too much? That's probably too much. But he goes up to a 90 overall. That's just so much better than our other quarterback at this point. He's just completely worthless, really. Still can't get over that Jesse James is Joey Bosa. Yeah, I said that right. He's actually not that great right now. The power moves up to 90. Okay, so I've upgraded the team. And we have some big-time upgrades, like Tarquin Patrick is up to a 96 overall. It's really cheap to upgrade some of these guys. However, like, you know, his play rec is still crazy low. I chose not to upgrade that. His block shed still isn't particularly high. But he's definitely better than he was. So there's that. And then offensively, it's painstaking to upgrade Marcus Gordon. He's very good already. We're just not getting enough XP to make any type of meaningful jump on him. But I'm stoked we're in the playoffs. That's a victory to me. We are still only a 95 overall, but the Cardinals are a 90. And they won, what, 1 fewer game than we did? And here they are in the playoffs, 5 overall less than our team is. Duncan Wright had the best season in rookie quarterback history by about a mile. One of the best seasons in quarterback history. So starting down 7-0 in Super Sim, but we get a field goal on the board, which is better than nothing, I guess. Making a lot of obvious statements in this video, like we suck and we're down in the game right now. I'm Booger McFarlane. It's 13-6. If the Niners want to win this game, they should probably try and score more points. It's 13-13, and the Cardinals will extend that, and we need to put some points on the board. It's 3rd and 15. I'm jumping in. This team sucks. Plus 13 speed in the slot there. I'm looking at Buchanan. That's not Buchanan. Buchanan is in my Niners franchise from years ago. His name is Marcus Gordon, and that's a good start. I will say, maybe it's too early to judge. The game does feel a bit alien to me, though. It feels very bad. I think this gameplay is horrific. Working off play action. I'm going to go for him. And nice catch in traffic. And that's one of his biggest strengths. Marcus Gordon does have, I think like 90 spectacular catch, something like that. And you know what we have also is Todd Gurley, a.k.a. Toad Gurley, a.k.a. one of the best college running backs at Georgia I've ever seen. I mean, just in general, not just at Georgia. But that is also true. Although Georgia's had some incredible running backs. Herschel Walker, who I didn't get to see live. And what is this? I don't like this. Recently, Nick Chubb. Sony Michel was pretty good there. Ended up being a first-round pick. Did I ever play this Madden? It feels so strange. Maybe this was a next-gen version. I played it on the 360? No, I couldn't have. Why does it feel so weird to me? Oh, he's going to scramble. I mean, great route. I hit R3, the right stick, to send guys after the QB. I guess that wasn't a button at this time because nobody did anything, even though it was beyond clear Derek Carr was trying to scramble. Quick throw to the running back there. Yeah, it's going to be tough. This game sucks. I will say that. I just don't remember playing this gameplay. It doesn't feel familiar. Like the graphics don't even look familiar. It just feels so strange. They're going to go deep, though. Down the field. That's got to be picked. Come on. Got locked into an animation. Good breakup by Hashan Clinton Dix, though. His real name, Hashan. Fun fact about him. They're surely going to take time off the clock at this point, right? We're in a really, really bad spot. They're calling timeouts. It looks like Brad Childress. I think it's just an auto-generated guy. I mean, it's so dumb of them to call timeouts. I'm almost tempted to let them score because they kick a field goal, they end the game. That's pretty much what happened. I do have my timeouts still, trying to save those. Why are they calling timeouts? I mean, it makes no sense. 3rd and 6, they're going to run the ball. It's good for us. We need to make a tackle there. And we're going to call a timeout. I don't know if they were going to or not, but I didn't want to risk time ticking off the clock. Take your field goal, please. Nobody jump off sides. And they're going to make it 23-20. 50 seconds to go in the game. Touchdown will win it. And we had a pretty good drive the first time out. Yeah, I like where we are. I like our chances. Honestly, might just lob it up to Allen Robinson. Maybe my franchise was on Madden 17 with the Niners. That could be true. I'm not even sure at this point. You know, the more I think about it, the more I don't actually think it was this game. This game feels foreign to me. My 49ers franchise was on Madden 18. So, is this Madden 16? I am 2 games off. Also, the CPU trying to make us run here. Like, what are they doing? Gonna try and scramble. Oh, we're gonna throw? Idiot. Way to leave the only guy that was vertical open. Stupid. It's so strange, though. Like, the gameplay. I know I keep saying that. I'm transfixed on it now. Nope, playmaker doesn't exist. There is a flag. It's going to be a hold, so that's just time off the clock. Gordon's up the field. Can we get it to him? Oh my god, he's up the field. He's got great speed! Marcus Gordon! Touchdown! Did we score too quickly is the only problem. I don't think so. Game clip recorded. You bet it was. Marcus Gordon. We drafted him. He's a beast. He's way too fast for their slot corner. I'll tell you that. 14 seconds on the clock. They're going to try and stretch the field, obviously. It's their only play at this point. Coming out in quarters. They have Odell Beckham Jr. Okay. We need to get to this QB and stat. We're blitzing. Don't want to give them a chance. There is a flag. I hope this is a hold. Is that Odell? Did he just moss my team? Yep, sure did, but it's got to be coming back. Got to be a hold. Holding on the offense. You know what? It all evens out. Earl Watford puts them back on the 9. So even though we were mossed there and basically would have been in a really rough position if they, scored a touchdown, it's game over. They're going to lob it deep again. We're in position, and we're going to intercept it. It's Eric Reed. Game over. Game clinching, game sealing interception. And that's going to do it. Victory formation. We won't even bother. Game over. I'll see you in the NFC Conference Championship. Overalls are in a really good spot. Confidence certainly helping with that to boost some of these overalls even more. And the Bucks are talented. How talented are they? They are. I always underestimate just how long this will take. They're a 94 overall. They're a really good team as well. We are up 7-0 early, and now 14-0 in the NFC Championship. 21-0. Tampa Bay didn't come to play, apparently. And they still have not scored now into the second half. And they still have not scored. We just are controlling the ball around midfield. They haven't really even spent much time in our half. I mean, they finally do. Congrats on your points. The game's over. Oh, a 0-yard touchdown. That's always fun. Austin Safarian Jenkins. Forgot about him, too. But yeah, I mean, the game's over. I didn't expect it to go this well or this quickly, but they did not come to play. Game's over. Wow, big gains by both quarterbacks. Sub 200 yards and a touchdown. Now, one completion percentage is a lot better. And Jameis Winston threw 3 interceptions. Well, that's what it was. A lot of sacks, too, in this game. And 2 interceptions by Jason Verrett and one by Clinton Dix. Sends us to the Super Bowl. So this is the final team. It obviously looks very good because it is very good. It's like way too good to have been really losing the amount of games that we were losing. So I'm glad we finally came along in the 4th season. But that's actually that's not too deep into things. I do want to check out awards, though. Did we win MVP with our QB? No, it was Andy Jackson. Randy Jackson's kid. Duncan Wright finished in 2nd, though. No Toad Gurley anywhere. Offensive Player of the Year, he's number 2. Duncan Wright wins it. And Defensive Player of the Year is Rolando McClain. Eric Kendricks at 8. And the Bills are actually quite good, too. They're a 93 overall. Well, I hope we have what it takes. Super Bowl time. Let's get it. Let's end on a high note. Here we go. We got Jimmy Garoppolo. Is that Tyrod Taylor? It is. Virginia Tech legend, Giants legend, Tyrod Taylor. There was a while where Tyrod Taylor was actually pretty underrated. Maybe never a top 10 QB, but he was top 15 for a little bit. And I don't know. I feel like he wasn't respected enough. Like, yeah, sure. Yeah, like fringe top 10, like top 15. Like, it's not amazing. It's not the guy that's going to take you to the next level. But if you got guys defending some of the QBs that they are nowadays, if Tyrod Taylor played in a different market other than Buffalo, he would have been talked about like a quarterback in Miami, like a quarterback in San Francisco. It was just all about the success. We're up 17-0, by the way. And it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. It's 20-0. I mean, Buffalo trying to fight back, and it actually looks like they might be. Nah, they're not. They suck. It's 20-10. How about we score some points? 27-10. I do want to have one final offensive drive, though. It looks like it's going to be now. What is this? What is this? What? Did we just snap the ball to Allen Robinson somehow? That was halfback zone weak, apparently. This game's broken. This game's actually broken. So I was accidentally on Allen Robinson here, and the ball was snapped into his hand. I couldn't move. I tried to, because that'd be a sick play. Are you kidding me? He lines up. No one's covering him, by the way. That feels like an oversight. So once again, I'm Allen Robinson. Will it snap the ball to me? No. That was a one-time glitch. Also, man, Todd Gurley sure doesn't feel like a 99 overall. I'd love to put Gordon on like more of a skinny post, kind of like the opposite exact mirror of what Eric Decker's on. So I might just pass lead him up the field if we can. Or just throw it to Eric Decker, who has a little bit more space. Interception, I don't care about. And we already have the football back. I want Gordon, Marcus Gordon, to have another big play. He's very fast. One-on-one, big-time spectacular catch. Oh, and he made the play, Marcus Gordon. Oh, my goodness. This dude is actually very, very good. I mean, that's obvious. But he has, like, I'm sure it's even playing up higher than 89. But very high spectacular catch. And that's going to do it. 34-18. This Super Bowl is over. I also have Brad Childress. They have Rex Ryan. Interesting. And he's not Brad Childress, actually. But, man, he looks gray and dead. Not a great way to look. I'm headed that way, I know. So that's in my future. Dead man walking. Hopefully have a little bit more hair than that at the time. But who's to say? But, yeah, Super Bowl over. Rebuild success. Took a minute to get going, but I'm going to do more of these. So how different is the game going to be on Madden 17? Probably not very. That's a great highlight, by the way. How different is the game going to be on Madden 18? Probably not very. I've done Madden 15 already. I've done Madden 19 already. I think we just have 20, 21, 22 is this year, 23 is coming out. And then I have Madden 06, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Those ones should be pretty fun. It's a very different game. But this game is bad. Super Bowl victory, though. I'll take it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully it's not too long, but I've been recording for a while. And my head coach is a zombie. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.